Very good afternoon, children. Myself, Algit Bhatt here. Dear children, we shall discuss about Geography Chapter 3, that is Movement of the Earth. Though this is our original video, previously we have sent a video related to this chapter, but we have sufficient time to discuss again about this, as we have finished our syllabus already, which was targeted for us. So it's better for us to revise the task again, just adopting different types of measures, different types of ways to understand in better way. In the beginning, scientists believed that the position of the continents were more or less fixed. However, it was discovered that the continents were in a state of constant motion, and the movement was due to changes taking place inside our dynamic Earth. In his book, The Origin of Continents and Oceans, Professor Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, suggested the theory of continental drift. According to him, all the continents were once joined together as one supercontinent known as Pangaea, which began to break apart about 200 million years ago, resulting in the drifting apart to the continents from each other. His theory was reformed by the discovery of new evidences in the form of sea floor spreading. The scientific theory that deals with the large-scale motions of the lithosphere is known as the theory of plate tectonics. According to this theory, the lithosphere is divided into several large as well as small irregularly shaped plates. These can be continental or oceanic in nature. It is generally felt that these are floating on the molten mantle or the plastic asthenosphere and are in a state of constant motion. These movements take place mainly due to the heat generated within the interior of the Earth. The surface of the Earth is constantly undergoing changes due to external or exogenic forces that originate outside the Earth's crust. For instance, through erosion and deposition by agents like wind, water, etc. The internal or endogenic forces originate within the Earth's crust and comprise sudden movement like volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, landslides, etc. Formation of major landforms. Motions of the lithosphere cause the Earth's movement to be slow, resulting in the formation of continents, ocean beds, mountains, plateaus, and plains as well as sudden earth movements due to volcanic activities and earthquakes. Let us now try to understand how these plates actually move and affect the geography of our planet. Geologists know where the convection current in the asthenosphere is ascending. The lithospheric plates diverge or pull apart horizontally. At low-lying places on the ocean floor, new rock material rise to reach the surface of the earth. This sea floor spreading leads to the formation of new lithospheric material, continents and ocean basin. Wide rifts may sometimes be created, as in the San Andreas Fault in California, USA. The places where the convection current is in the asthenosphere descends the lithospheric plates above it, converge or move horizontally towards each other. When two oceanic plates converge, one is pushed under the other, leading to the formation of a deep sea trench, such as the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. When two continental plates collide, neither gets pushed down, as both possess the same density, much like what happens when icebergs collide. The force of compression causes the lithosphere to get bubbled into folds, and mountains are formed. Formation of mountains. Usually the formation of mountains is attributed to the movement of lithospheric plates, giving rise to horizontal or organic movement. Such movements result in folding and faulting of the Earth's crust and are responsible for the formation of mountains. Folding. The movement of two lithospheric plates towards each other results in collision and creation of a force of compression, leading to the wrinkling of the rock layers of the Earth's crust. This is referred to as folding. The upfolded parts or ridges are known as anticlines, while the downfolds or valleys are known as synclines. Most of the world's greatest mountain chains have been formed in this way. Mountains like the Appalachian in the USA, the Urals in Eurasia, and the Aravallis in India were formed millions of years ago due to horizontal plate movements. These are known as old fold mountains. The Himalayas, Rockies, Alps and Andes are young fold mountains as they are still being subjected to horizontal plate movements that are pushing them higher even now. Peaks of the old fold mountains are rounded. They have gradual slopes with a height lower than the young fold mountains, while the young fold mountains exhibit pointed peaks and deep and steep valleys. Faulting: when plates move, stresses and strains are set up in the lithosphere, giving rise to fissures and fractures. This causes large-scale displacement of the rock structure, which is known as faulting, resulting in the formation of log mountains and rift valleys. So up to here we have seen. Next we shall discuss in the next video. That will also be your revisional video. This is your revisional video, you know very well. Already we have discussed about this chapter through video and online classes. Don't worry about that. Thank you.